Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the BDT Studio Inferno gun upgrade kit for, well, Legacy Inferno. You can see that. There's no box because, well, the only box came in was, well, the shipping box, which has my name and address on it, so no. And bubble wrap. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, you can see there, it is 3D printed. You can see it is, got some red and gunmetal and some, well, silvery blue and stuff. You can see the 3D printed striations and all that. You can kind of see that, but largely, it's actually really well done. It's a very, I guess, they did a bit of a high resolution print. So, it's nice to be there. You got a bit nice bit of tech detailing on the back here. You got some, the red. You got the, kind of the picked out. You got the big old barrel, which you can kind of see through, but I don't hold that against it. And you got this whole thing, the handle, and you got these pinchers, which you can open and close. You can have them open or close or whatever, and yeah, because they were on the show, they were mostly like this for the most part. Yeah, yeah. So Inferno here, I'm gonna move this up a bit. Yeah, so Inferno here, you can finally, because yeah, Inferno did not come as his proper gun. He came with his engine, which I already put back there because, well, that's where it's supposed to go. And for this, it's pretty simple. You can see this is actually on a slider, which is cool. You slide that forward and just peg it in and slide it back. And there you go. Got Inferno's big old gun, which, yeah, some people kind of notice that it is big, but it's supposed to be big. If you remember, a lot of people, you look at some of the show, his gun was enormous compared to him. So I feel like this is pretty much the right size. So, yeah, I think it looks great. The color matching actually is pretty close. It's not quite the same shade of red, but it's close enough. I feel that you're not going to really, most people aren't going to mind too much. So yeah, that's pretty straightforward, but it does a little bit more. Number one is, get this out of his hand real quick. Yeah, the cool thing is, again, it's on the rail, which you can actually slide it out. It's, the paints are, it's kind of, you can see painted, but, scraped, but that's not a big deal. You can have him hold this part as a little claw weapon thing or something, which is pretty neat. And then have them just hold the gun part as a whole separate, weapon. If you like, you can do that. And also, I'm just going to put this back together because, well, I prefer not to do that personally, but, if you want to, you can. But also, putting this all back together real quick. You can, if you really want to, take the original gun and there's a peg hole back here. You can take the original gun and peg it together. It's a bit of a snug fit. It's a bit snug, but you can do that. And now you can have a big old cannon. Now you can have a big cannon thing if you want. Personally, again, I'm going to be doing the thing of this is going to be plugged into the back, and that he's going to hold this and have this plugged in the back because that's how it was in the show. But you can do this if you want. And also, one last thing, of course, and also store it on the ant mode. Still, you just use this peg down to the bottom of the new gun, and now you can still store all of it on top of the ant as you want, and there you go. Works. So yeah, a real short thing because there's not a whole lot there, but this is one I don't do upgrade kits a whole lot, but this was one I was like, I need Inferno's proper gun, and this was worth it. I feel at least in my opinion. Some of you may feel differently. It's one of several options out there. Again, this is BDT Studio. It costs about $20 or so if you live in the U.S., at least from what I've seen. You can find it on eBay. I'll put a link in the description of which seller I bought it from. But yeah, it's going to cost you about $20 when you factor in tax and stuff, probably. So yeah, $18, $20, $22, somewhere in that range. I personally think it's worth it. It's real nice. It's a nice big gun. It has a couple of things you can do with it, and it's just something Inferno really needed because, yeah, he just needed his gun. So I personally recommend it. It also has a really nice finish, and compared to, I feel like the other ones, some of them will have a bit of a rougher finish. I just feel like this one's the right size, and the finish is good. It's got the right size. It just looks good, and it also has a good bit of a play pattern in its own right, which works really well, I think, with the figure. So yeah, go buy it. And so, yeah, that's it for this one. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitter. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1. Check out my co-host.com/Nemesis-Prime. Check out my Coffee and my Patreon. And I shall see you next time with another video review.